All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to take a look today at the Aldelo Express customer display. This is a software package that would allow you to have the order appear on an iPad behind the point of sale iPad. So it's connected via Bluetooth. Here you go. It can run on the iPad mini, an Air, an iPad Pro, or any iPad that runs the current iOS. So it is not restricted to the size. It is only restricted to whatever the current iOS is. So you can use a used iPad if you wish, and it really doesn't matter which version and which type. It's just whatever runs iOS. Only it must reside on the same network. So that is the only requirement, really. It's just another device in our network, so it connects. I said Bluetooth earlier, but it's not. It's connected to the Wi-Fi, to the router. It's part of the network. It is included with the Aldelo Express software. So this software is no charge to any user. To begin, when you load in the app, it's going to ask you to scan the QR code. And what you're doing is you're taking the iPad that you're going to connect this device to. You will go into the manager screen, and there will be an option for you to scan QR code. This is how you attach the kitchen displays as well as the customer displays. So you will scan this QR code, and it will immediately then ask you for the device number. Now, just use some kind of logical numbering scheme. The one that Jeff and I use are 100s series for POS terminals, 200s for displays, and then 300s for kitchen displays. This is kind of a logical way of doing it. It's not required. It's not something that's set in stone. It's just something that Jeff and I do when we program our system. So I will program a POS terminal 100 through 199, and then the corresponding display will be 200 through 299. That's just a simple way of doing it. You can have your own method. It's not set in stone. Then it will ask you to enter the manager number for your system. Mine is 111. But that's the manager full access number that I use on my system. Yours will vary, whatever your manager number is. That will then gain you access to the program menu screen. Understand that the programming for the customer display is 100% done on the iPad display, the display that you're going to use for the iPad. Nothing is done in the back office. In fact, you can't even see the programming for the kitchen display in the back or for the customer display in the back office. That is not true for the kitchen display because you can see it. You just can't do much with it. But the customer display is 100% programmed on the iPad and is not available to be seen or altered in the back office. We'll get into this programming here shortly, so don't squint your eyes at the screen. We'll get it full screen here in a minute. You do have the option for multiple videos and or pictures that can be set in sequence to run. What I've got here are 4 different videos running on the customer display. I'll show you here in a minute how to program those. But you can have full screen multimedia display while it's in a screensaver mode, running advertisements and specials. Very easy to do as far as setting up the similar type of images to run while the transaction is going on. That is, you have the option to put videos or images that run concurrently when the display is showing the order. You will then program how often you want those to rotate. I think I have mine set for 30 seconds, but you can do whatever you wish and whatever the customer wishes. You have a choice of having the image on the left with the items on the right, or the items on the left and the images on the right. And then you also can run these with a banner ad across the top. So there's three different options: image on the left, on the right, or a banner ad across the top. These images do rotate, or you can choose not to have any image at all. Probably not the best, but you can choose that. So let's take a look at this in action. So what I've got now is the customer display that I've got attached to my iPad. I'm currently running just 2 iPads. If you take 3 fingers and simultaneously touch all 3 to the display, you then get your manager code. That is how you access the manager area. Enter my 3-digit code, and then now I'm able to get into how to program the screen. You'll notice at the top left is the back button. That's what gets you back out of this screen. First option is configure the screensaver. Now this is where if I were to touch the plus button, it then goes into the pictures area on this iPad. You then get to select the pictures that you would like to rotate through the advertisements on the screensaver. I'm going to select videos because these are the videos that I currently have selected. I can add more videos if I wish. These two come out of your video file on your iPad. So you would then, to get these here, you would just load them onto your iPad, then select the one from that file that you would like to add. I've got these 4 running, and they rotate through every few seconds. Once you've selected the one you'd like to run, or the ones that you would like to run, just then hit done, and that takes you back out. Configure the top banner ad. This is where you would select the banner that you would like to run across the top when the transaction is going on. You can select pictures or videos. Then here are the 2 images that I have for the left half of the screen while the transaction is going on. These can be images or videos, whichever you choose. And then the next one down is how often do these rotate? 30 seconds is what I run. You run what you think is best. You also have a choice next on the theme. I'm running the blue theme, but you have green, orange, red, and black that you can select from depending on what the customer wants or what the decor calls for. Then you have the display layout. I have here selected the media on the left, check on the right. You see the 3 different modes that you have to select from. The next option down is you want to show the config menu settings button. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to select it and go back. And what you're going to see is that there is a option for getting into the back office without having to do the 3 fingers. Next up is you can select, would you like to have the subtotal? Would you like to show each one of these areas, the taxes, the order subtotal, the line subtotal, and then an enter coupon. This allows the customer to enter the coupon on their side of the transaction. You want to show the unit price, and do you want to show any item notes? You don't necessarily have to do that, but you can. And it shows linked to, obviously, device number 1, and then deactivate if you would like to deactivate this unit. So this is what's running here. When I enter the system and enter the point of sale, that's when the screensaver stops, and now I begin to see the advertisements that are running on the left while I have a transaction on the right. So as I ring up an item, you're seeing it instantly appear on the customer display. If I, on the point of sale, void an item, it instantly is removed from the customer display. If I'm ringing an item that has multiple choices, then you're going to see those choices appear below the item. Since in this case, it's the modifiers and the regular drink. This is a combo meal. Any changes I make to that are then instantly updated on the customer display. You can make changes at the point of sale as often as you wish. I'm going to change it from a medium rare to a medium, and you'll see that it's instantly changed there. So the interaction is very close and very tight. When I hit the cash button, the customer has a choice to select credit or debit. If they choose to select one of those options, then they're going to handle their card through the EMV device that's on their side of the point of sale. So they can be contactless. They can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, those type devices, as well as an EMV chip card. I'm going to, for our sake here, I'm just going ahead and enter a cash total of $40. There's the change due. I can touch my point of sale screen, and it goes back out and starts the screensaver again. So now that is shows you a transaction start to finish. You see how easy this is to set up and use.
For more information about Aldelo and our products, you can always call us at 800-801-6036 or email us at sales@aldelo.com. If you have a support question, email support@aldelo.com, or you can check us out at the family of websites that we have, Aldelo.com, AldeloPay.com, and the Aldelo Express.